Oh, look at this. Oh, that's really cool. I like the way they did that. Can I ask you something? Alright, welcome back. Last time we left off, we had met the strange old woman known as the Collector. And she told us we were, essentially the puppeteer, or rather the puppet of the puppet master. But I wonder, should we really do what she tells us? She's like, oh, you need to hold on to that mask. Make sure you don't lose that mask. And I'm like, you know, something about your thoughts on me keeping this mask makes me think I should throw it off a bridge like the mask. Like, I don't know, man. I'm not feeling it. But without further ado, let's jump back into it. So we're supposed to head back to where everything all started. Well, kind of. It was where we got the mask originally. The, family that was, really happy to get rid of it, but also was quite shady, if I might add. The air in the collector's basement was stagnant and heavy. If I had stayed any longer, I felt like it may have suffocated me. And yet she lives down there by the looks of it. For the time I was there, Akihabara faded away into a distant memory. I returned to the surface, put my hand up to shield my eyes from the sunlight, and listened to the people on the street. Their conversations seemed so pointless, part of a world I no longer belonged to. Man, don't I understand that one. The busy sounds of the streets swept the cobwebs from my mind, forcing me to remember everything I told the Collector and everything he impossibly knew. So it was a guy? Question mark? It was hard to tell. They had one of those faces where it could have gone either way. Although, based on what people say, they're both and nothing. So the question is, they might not even be human. Which, honestly, the way they talk and the way they do things, they probably aren't. They're probably some kind of mystic poltergeist demon thing. I told him so much, but did I have a choice? Maybe he was right, and I was a puppet after all. At that moment, it didn't matter. The dark and the mask both belonged to a world I was now a part of. Normal methods of investigation wouldn't lead me to them. So what would have happened if we hadn't picked up the mask? Like, I always kind of wondered that if we hadn't beaten Leroy unconscious in the basement and taken the mask, she couldn't have even been like, oh, yeah, hold on to that, because we wouldn't have it. So that was a 50-50 gamble at best. But I think how many people would have not knocked out Leroy for it, unless they knew they needed it? But, like, your first time playing through, like me, I'm the kind of person that's just like, well, that might come in handy later, and if I don't have it, I might need it. But then knocking out Leroy sounded like a bad thing to do, but nobody knows what we did, so consequences? I don't know. Countless paths were narrowed to two, and I had no choice but to march forward toward the leads I'd been given. Part of me thinks that not using the mask makes us not a puppet, whereas if we use the mask, we're going to be quote-unquote a puppet, so I don't think I want to use it. As I left Akihabara behind, one thing bothered me. How did the Collector know so much about me? Was I really so easy to read? Man, I know. There's things that the Collector knows they shouldn't know, and there's no way, like, even if we're a hacker, I'm questioning it. I didn't have time to dwell on it. Kazuki and Rina were in the dark. That much had been all but confirmed, and now I had a means, however impossible, to find them. Two paths, the mask and the dark. Both were necessary, and I had to make a choice of which to follow first. Chase after the talent agency in Tokyo Red Light District, or back to Kamakura to visit Mai, the girl I nearly got killed. Is that saying we need to pick one or the other? Because it kind of sounds like that. Chase after a talent agency in Tokyo's Red Light District, or back to Kamakura to visit Mai, the girl I nearly got killed. So it basically is like, the way it sounds is we can either go back to the family. Wait, who the hell is Mai? I don't actually remember. Was that the girl? Oh yeah, I think that was the girl that was held at knife point by Reina at the beginning. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what it was. And she was the girl that her family had the mask. And then the talent agency would be the one that might have known Reina. So basically we're taking it down supernatural, like the dark, or the talent agency thing. I don't know, man. Neither seemed very appealing. My logical side didn't understand how either would help. But as everything around me cracked and crumbled away, logic didn't matter anymore. I had to choose. Or maybe something would choose for me. So I basically have two options. I can either go to the travel agency, which I think is up here, or Kamakura. That's interesting. See, it even has an arrow. Like, go down here, there's the mask, blah, 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 the darkness. You know, as much as I want Tanaka to be alive, part of me is like, Tyler, even if he is alive, I don't think that's a good idea. My spider sense is tingling. I want to actually go to the other place. So we're going to go to, I guess, the agency or whatever, the talent agency. The collector mentioned a talent agency by the name of Omega here in Kabiko, something like that, with ties to Reina. Unless there's a big sign advertising it, which I highly doubt, I'll need to ask around to find it. This is different. This is a different place than I was earlier. Yeah, this is cool looking. We got some cops on the street, though. We probably shouldn't talk to them because I don't think we're supposed to be out and about. Three faces in uniform that I don't recognize, though I doubt they'll have a hard time recognizing me. The way they're huddled around, it hardly looks like they're doing much police work. More than a few violations probably pass under their noses, but I wouldn't be surprised if someone slips them a bit of cash on the side to ignore them. Cops like that probably wouldn't give me any trouble, and they definitely aren't going to blab to their superiors about seeing me. Hey, hold up. Don't I know you? Who, me? Yeah, you. Unless you're hiding someone behind your back. Are you the detective whose face was all over town a few weeks back? Yeah, that's it. How didn't I recognize you before? See, I had a feeling listening in on them was gonna get me in trouble. Hey guys, didn't someone from HQ come by and ask us about her earlier? Maybe we should call it in. Hold on, Denjiro. You really think that's a good idea? Huh? What are you talking about? I'm not risking my job over some nobody detective. Wow, nice. Yeah, well, call it in to HQ and you might be risking more than your job if you know what I mean. Ryu's right. Why should we stick our necks out when she hasn't even done anything wrong? Being on leave doesn't mean she can... Being on leave doesn't mean she can't walk around, does it? I doubt I need to remind you boys what happened when you ruffle the wrong feathers at HQ. You guys can't be serious. Look, I'm not saying we arrest her, only you're going to piss off the wrong people, Denjiro. I don't know how much more obvious I need to be for you to get it. No one, not even the detective here, is worth bringing down her wrath. Especially right now, things aren't exactly on stable ground around here since the Mifune family shakeup. Mifune? Oh shit, I didn't mean to click that. Something pegged for promotion one day, and then some anonymous tip comes into HQ that Ono's been selling a little dope on the side, even got a gun to tie him to a crime scene. Yeah, a gun that's mysteriously gone missing from evidence. You think that story's true? Man, we didn't steal anything else while we were down there, did we? Or did we leave the door open and somebody else got in because of it? Does it really matter if it is or not? The point is, he asked too many questions around here and now he's in jail. Some police we are, held hostage by some woman. What the fuck? Sigh, screw it. Maybe you guys are right. Suppose if that guy from HQ asks again, we can say we didn't see any detective tonight. That's right, we didn't see you, and you definitely didn't talk to us. Got it? Yeah, I got it. Being on the street around here isn't exactly an easy position to be in, huh? You mean at the bottom? Yeah, it doesn't give us a whole lot of options. Feels like I'm always stuck between HQ and all the other shit going on around here. I'm not sure which is worse, honestly. You read the papers, don't you, detective? You heard about the Mifune family, right? Yeah, I'm sure she has, and that's all you need to say on the subject. You never know who's working for who around here, so put a lid on it. Listen, Detective, whatever you think we are or what you think goes on around here, it isn't so simple as good cops and bad cops. Remember that. Kabukiko. I'm getting that so wrong, I'm sorry. Might not be perfect, but we do our best to keep the peace, right? Right. Right. Like Ryu said, we're trying our best, so don't cause any trouble for us, and we'll return the favor by not letting HQ know about this. There's plenty scarier than HQ out there. That's for sure. Why don't you move along, Detective? I think I'll do just that. Good luck, officers. Yeah, you don't know what we'll do. We might push you down a well or something, you know? But don't worry about it. Queen's Club. Look. Seems this club is pretty popular, and it has a lot of customers. Maybe talking to some of the regulars will give me a good idea of where to start looking for Omega. Alright. Oh, look at this. Oh, that's really cool. I like the way they did that. Can I ask you something? Yeah, sure. You don't need my permission. You heard of an agency around here called Omega? Omega? No, doesn't ring a bell. Why, what's it to you? I'm looking for a missing girl. Missing, huh? Was she foreign? Working for a nightclub? Maybe working for some of the other, types of clubs? I don't remember asking your opinion on the girl, only if you knew about the agency. Either way, answer's the same. I don't know no Omega, and you probably won't find her even if I did. Girls go missing all the time around here, if you catch my drift. Care to be more specific? No, I don't. Don't think you delicate types could handle it. Let's just say not everyone is as nice to the ladies in those places as I am, and leave it at that. Stir the pot with questions like that, and you're bound to end up in trouble. So if you want to help, go ask someone else. That's so. Is there anything else I can look in here? Oh, look at our character! Dude, that's such an awesome aesthetic type. Look at our character. We can't even see who we're talking to. Hello, can you spare a minute? Whoa, how long have you been standing there? So the name is X? Me? I just got here. Why so jumpy? Yeah, his name's just X. Sorry. There was a big scary guy with a scar here a little before you. He acted friendly enough, but he made me feel a little uneasy. Kept asking me what I was doing here and if I wanted to go somewhere and have a drink with his friends. Honestly, I've been waiting for a good moment to duck out. I think you made the right decision by staying put. If you ask me, have you ever heard of a talent agency around here called Omega by chance? Omega? No, never heard of it. I'm actually not ever in this part of town. A friend of a friend invited me out here for a few drinks, but she hasn't shown her face yet. It's starting to stink of some sort of weird setup. Anyway, I still have some pride, so I'm not going to tuck my tail and run just yet. Good luck finding that agency or whatever you were looking for, and if you see that guy I mentioned earlier, watch your back. Yeah, but what about you? Your name is X? Alright. Evening, you know anything about a talent agency called Omega? I heard they were based here. Are you insane? It's not like I'm asking you to take me there personally. What's the issue? You do know where you are, don't you? Omega ran up against some people, and the same people who own this club, and they lost. The Mifune takeovers already racked up quite the body count, and I don't plan on being added to it. I'm not sure who you're working for, but you've come at a bit of a sensitive time. If I were you, I'd turn around and walk out that door. Hell, she probably killed him too. Killed who? Him, you know, Higashi, the owner of Omega. Everyone knew he owned the Mifune family a small fortune. The word on the street is that there's been a little spring cleaning of any disloyal retainers. Do I need to spell it out for you? Good. I've already said too much, and you should stop asking around too. Yeah, I've never been one for subtlety, so no, probably not. You never know who's listening. Meh, you're probably right, but I don't care. Who else is there to talk to back here in this shady darkness? What about you? Oh yeah, this doesn't look shady at all. Hey, do you know this area? What? I had a question about... What? Speak up! I can't hear you, the music. The speaker's right there. You're gonna have to talk louder. I'm looking for... Like, us yelling like this is probably not a good idea. I'm looking for an agency. You're looking for a vacancy in what? No, and... You're what? I'm looking for information. Oh, they shut the music off. I'm looking for information about Omega Talent Agency. Do you know anything? Whoa! You really shouldn't shout things like that around here. Excuse me, miss. Ah, there's Scarface. We were hoping you might join us next door. Consider it an invitation from an admirer. Besides, it's a much nicer venue than this dump. Yeah, in fact, we'd be happy to escort you. Refuse, sure I'll go. Who are you? Should we go? Part of me is curious, and then the other part of me like, say no and get fucked up. Who are you? Sure I'll go. If you ask who are you, he's just gonna basically drag you along. If I say no, they might jack me up anyway, but you know what? They say they'll escort me, but what could possibly go wrong with that? Fuck it, let's go. Good answer. Follow us. Okay, we're shooting them. By the end of the night, they're both dead. We're shooting them. Just because they put their hands on us like that. Man, you'll be touching us like that? Welcome, come in. Oh, it's the Yakuza, right? Because you guys got some pretty tattoos going on there. Let me introduce myself. I'm Kasumi Mifune. Mifune? Yeah. I appreciate you coming by to talk. Your thugs didn't give me much of an option. The hell you think you are calling me a thug? Businessmen, you got that? Oh, I've got it all right, but I don't think that dressing in a suit makes you any less of a thug. You know, although I walked in here, the last thing you should be doing is insulting them when you're outnumbered and nobody knows you're here. Just gonna point that out. Say another word, you cop bitch. Enough. You say another word and I'll make you wish you hadn't. Now get out, both of you. Oh, okay. You pull the rank around here, do you? ... Yes, boss. Oh, she's your boss. All right. My apologies. The quality of the help you can find these days isn't quite up to the standard that it was in my father's time. Wild dogs can be difficult to train, but they'll come around, even if I have to beat it into them. Oh, well, shit. Sit down, relax. Can I get you a drink? No drink, thanks. I see. Then excuse me while I pour one for myself. Well, we got a lot of professionalism for that. I don't know what good professionalism does for us. Maybe, like, when everything comes to a head, the people at the, like, office or, like, police HQ will believe us more. I don't know. Why don't we skip the small talk and you tell me why I'm here? I'm getting to that. Seems you're a woman who doesn't like to waste time. Good. As luck would have it, neither am I. Let's get right to it. A short while ago, a couple of men downstairs ran up to tell me you, a cop, had walked past my bar and into one of my nightclubs. Then I hear you've been sniffing around asking about one of my investments. Investments? You mean Omega? Smart girl. Tell me, Ayami Itō. Why is it that a cop is going around asking pointed questions like that? More curious, still not just any cop, but a publicly shamed cop on leave. A shamed cop who's had a history of... How did they word it? Ah, yes, a history of psychotic episodes. Like, what? How do you know all that? We all have friends, Detective Itō, and when detectives are wandering around my part of the city, my friends tell me everything I want to know. So, cricket caps, right? Probably the three we talked to earlier, I'd assume. Honestly, you don't seem all that crazy to me. As to why you're after Omega, let's just say you piqued my interest. Alright. Sorry, look at us. You said no small talk, and here we are in the bushes somewhere. You got off track, man. Let's get back on track, shall we? As you're not acting in any official capacity, it's safe to say that no one knows you're here, correct? No, I suppose they don't. In your position, I might have tried to lie, but I appreciate the honesty. It was a rhetorical question anyway. I know for a fact there's no one coming for you. Funny, you don't strike me as the stupid type, and yet you're willingly entering a den of vipers. Well, that is possibly my style, because I normally be like, what could possibly go wrong, as I proceed to jump into a bunch of rattlesnakes, you know. If you valued your neck staying on your shoulders, surely you wouldn't do something so reckless. You can skip the threats. If you wanted to do something to me, you would have done it already. Plus, you're smart enough to know not to hurt a cop, even one in my position. Ha ha ha, good, I like you. Given your prickly demeanor, I doubt you're working with one of my competitors, and you're definitely not here for your police buddies. Okay, I give up. I have to know, what exactly is it you want to know about Omega? I'm looking for this girl. Her name is Reina. I was told she was involved with the agency somehow. I want to know what happened to her. How very noble of you. Figuring that out might be a bit difficult, as I'm afraid Omega is an extremely recent acquisition. To get back farther, you'll have to talk to its president and former owner, a man named Aichi Higashi, something like that. As it so happens, that makes two of us who'd like to have a word with him. Like peas in a pod, us too. Unfortunately, when he handed over the business, he became a bit, how should I put it, forgetful about his outstanding debts to us. And the poor thing is so scared of me that he's ignoring all my calls, probably thinking I'd do something awful to him if I found him. I can't imagine how he'd get that idea, can you? Maybe he'd prefer talking to the police officer instead of talking to me. I'm not some green recruit. I know how this works by now. What's the catch? You'd never tell me where he was and send me on my way for nothing. Of course I wouldn't. You'll have to prove that you can be trusted first. There's someone else I need you to talk with, a bit of a softer target than Higashi. So now we're getting ourselves in deep with basically what looks like the Yakuza. That's a good go, just swell. Pretty good deal, right? Everything you're looking for in exchange for one little job. I mean, depends on what we're doing for you. What kind of job? No, I'll never work for you. Just one job, right? I know if we do the job, our professionalism will take a dip, but the guy we want to talk to, we may not see if we don't. But we have other options down the street, maybe. That's tough. That's real tough. I don't know. What should I do? You know, I feel like as deep as we've gotten ourselves already, she did mention about us being a puppet. I'm gonna say no. Part of me wants to say yes, but I'm gonna say no. Oh, don't make this more difficult than it has to be. You'll agree eventually, so why fight it? I know a lot about you, top of your class and one of the best detectives on the force. You wouldn't let something as pesky as morels get in the way of good information, would you? I've heard about you too, Kazumi Mifune, or more accurately, I've heard a lot about your father. As you should. My father was a good man. It's not surprising you know more about him than me. That'll change soon enough. I won't be a footnote in his story much longer. My father always undervalued the power of information, but I really get to know the people I associate with. You, for instance. Everything you've done paints the picture of someone who's very determined and very desperate to find this girl of yours. Don't let other people tell you otherwise, Detective. I think those traits are a wonderful combination. So now she's kissing our ass. However, it also means that you don't have a whole lot of bargaining power right now. If you don't want to work with me, that's fine. You can go home and quietly overdose on whatever medication they've got you taking instead. So she knows about the medication. That's interesting. How like unless she's quote unquote guessing, but you know, that just seems kind of shady. Furthermore, I could just refuse your request altogether, but that'd be so boring. You both need something, so let's help each other instead. Do the job I ask, and I'll tell you what I know about little Higashi. As I was saying, like him, there is another business owner in Akihabara who is unfortunately behind on her payments as well. As I was saying, like him, there's another business owner in Akihabara who is unfortunately behind on her payments as well. We know there's somebody else, maybe we can get them to talk if we don't talk to this girl. Such a shame, too. I really wanted a straightforward relationship with this one. See, I helped out with a few things, and in exchange, she kicks back a little of her business. Sometimes we send over new contracts to renegotiate the terms of our mutually beneficial relationship. Sadly, she's neglected to sign the newest one. I'm a cop, not some Yakuza debt collector. Do it yourself. Suspended cop. You can't parade your badge around as proof that you're some white knight anymore. Due to the recent transition of power, I can't do it myself just this minute. The dogs at Tokyo Police Headquarters start panting whenever me or any of my men are seen outside of Kabiko. I'm not asking you to club someone's head in. I'm only asking you to give them a friendly reminder to keep up to date on their paperwork. I'm not doing it. Easy, right? Here, take it. Do this for me, and I'll feel a lot more comfortable giving out information about Omega. Also, I'll remind you, with your impending review, it would be unseemly if it got out that you were meeting with Yakuza, wouldn't it? Blackmail, huh? That's such an ugly word. And here I thought we were becoming friends. No, I'm just stating the facts of the situation is all. The business you're going to is a cat cafe in Akihabara. Kazu can give you the address on the way out. Oh, I remember her. Wait, a cat cafe or what? A cat cafe. What else would it be? Well, a cat cafe or a cat-made cafe. What? Are we talking cats or people dressed like cats? Because a freaking cat cafe, actual cats, adorable, fluffy, precious cats. Why the hell would I invest in some stupid made cafe cats? Normal cats. It's all about perspective, you know. Damn it, now I'm all worked up. Look, get that damn contract signed and we'll talk. But alright, angry enough, but I'm not doing it. Fuck you. I ain't crooked like that, and I like the girl at the cat place. I ain't doing it. Screw you. Look, enter club. I actually might talk to her and see if I can get her to tell me about it, though, but I don't know if I can do that without causing a problem. Clubs aren't really my scene. No need to go back in there if I don't have to. I'm doing it anyway. Really? If I went back in there without trying to go to Akihabara, Kasumi to make me regret it. I don't give a fuck. Fuck her. Alright, fine. So what do I do then? Am I forced to have to go do that then? Kinda seems that way, doesn't it? I mean, I turned her down, and it basically she hands me the slips like, you're gonna do this anyway, and I'm like, no. We can't go back up there now. There's all these other places. We can't go to the police HQ. We can't go to Shinjuku. I don't know why aren't all of them grayed out then. You know, like we can't go to Kamakura now. It's literally forcing me to go back to Akihabara by the looks of it. Alright, I guess. Back we go. We're gonna have to talk to her. We don't have a choice. Which is sucky because I didn't want to have to do that. Alright. was the elevator. We got no cranes outside by the looks of it. We can go in here, though. Interesting. I wonder if those young girls ended up being okay. I feel like I got what I needed and left them to fend for themselves. If only I had more time. No point dwelling on it now. I need to go talk with Sachiko at the cat cafe. So yeah, it's gonna basically force us there due to story narrative. Well, that's unfortunate. Sometimes when I find my mind drifting off, it sails right back to those fluffy pancakes, right? If I manage to get back to a normal life, I will eat nothing but cat-shaped pancakes for dessert for the rest of my days. No way I could make them as good as they do here, though. Not unless I magically become a better cook. Whoops. Got distracted by sweet pancakes. Need to go to the cat cafe and put all this nasty business to rest. I don't wanna, man. She seems like a nice girl and she's got a cute hat. Alright, this is where we're supposed to go. I feel bad about that. Welcome back. Man, I don't want to do this. I think Tomo remembers you. Aw, hi little kitty friend. You must be appreciative of all your help to make him feel better. Although I've had to stop the deliveries of sashimi, even the smell seems to set off his bowels. Oh jeez. Another quirk added to my already quirky character. Sigh. Maybe it's a sign that you were right about the fish. Heh, yeah. Listen, we need to talk. Kitty friend! Okay, sure. Why the serious face? What's wrong? What? You owe the Yakuza? I need you to sign this. I don't know. I think just demanding her to sign it is not going to give us any information. I want to go down this route. You owe the Yakuza? How exactly does the owner of a cat cafe get mixed up with the Yakuza? Huh? What do you mean? I met someone recently who gave me a contract with your name on it to sign. I read it, and it seems like you owe them quite a bit of money. Why? I've been around this kind of stuff for a long time. I can't figure out how a cat cafe owes that kind of money. Money? Yakuza? Wait, you're working with her? Actually, no, but I want to help you. Why? I'm not working for anyone. All I've got is this contract and your name, and I want to know why. Exactly! The truth is, this place isn't all above board, or... It is, but it wasn't always. I didn't borrow money or anything. That's stupid. When I was setting up this place, I was just trying to stay above water. But the building owner kept coming by to complain, and then these government types, the health inspectors, came knocking. I never realized how complicated opening up a place like this in Tokyo could be, all those rules and regulations. All I ever wanted was to help out the kitties and make people happy. Then she came by, someone who loved cats as much as I did. She offered to help me smooth things over with everyone. I mean, I saw the tattoos and everything, but I don't think you should judge people because of how they look. I still don't. Yeah, that's fair. I agree with that. But I know in Japan, tattoos are quite frowned upon. To like even see them on you, even it could be like the cutest thing ever, and like tattoos are just kind of shunned. Not so, it's not as bad like I would say nowadays, but like older culture, like even 30 or 40 years ago, even worse. There was no way I was going to stay open and keep my kitties if I didn't get help fast. So I accepted her offer, and things got better pretty quickly after that. The building owner stopped complaining, and all the permits fell into my lap. Maybe you think I was stupid, but most the cats here would be stray or dead if I didn't get her help. I mean, you said we might think you're stupid. I think you're stupid for giving your cat away to some shady person in a basement, based on her word of, oh yeah, everything will be fine, especially with like some voodoo's going on, clearly. This I am a little more understanding, because you're like, but it's for the kitties, and I'm like, I understand, it's still pretty stupid, but at least your heart's in the right place with this one, I would say. For a while, I thought I was saved by a guardian angel. After all, she loved the cats and was kind and friendly to me. It's been quiet, too. The business with Tomo's bowels was the first incident I've had in months. About 2 months after accepting her help, when I was closing up the shop, some men showed up with a contract like the one you're holding, and they said it was for services rendered or something like that. It wasn't much at the time, so I signed it. I owed her a lot after all, and I was doing pretty well. Only they kept coming back, and every time they came back, they had a new contract. Every contract wanted more and more money. It's gotten out of hand. I can't keep up anymore. Kasumi won't even see me anymore to talk about it. So, you didn't really think you'd get a favor from the Yakuza for nothing, did you? I wasn't being greedy, Itō. I thought she was trying to help. Helping the only way she knows how. Aww. Please, you have to help me. Man, playing off those kitty cat eyes. I wanted to help you anyway because I like you, but still. Stop feeding cats sashimi. The amount of money they've asked for is out of hand. I'm doing well for now, but if they got their way, I'd be out of business. I mean, that might be for the best at this point. You have to tell Kasumi. Please. Tell her that if this place closes down, all these cats, there'll be no place for them to go. The poor kitties. They'd be put down. I can't support them myself. I don't think Animal Services would let me keep them. I couldn't live with myself if that happened. I'm begging you, Itō. Don't do this. ... Don't sign, I'll help. Yeah, exactly how I feel about it. Sigh, damn it, it doesn't matter what I need from her. I can't make you sign this in good conscience. Okay, so at least it's giving us an option, because I wouldn't make her do it anyway. Hooray! I knew good would prevail in the end. Thanks. How'd you get mixed up with that woman anyway? I need some information from her. You should be careful. I don't know about her, but her thugs are dangerous. You've been doing business with her! First you say she's a nice Stab it! Last time they were here, I heard them talking about having to teach a girl from another cafe a lesson or something. Makes me feel sick thinking about it. Oh god, please tell me that's not the maid cafe. What else would you expect from guys like that? Breaking legs is probably all they're capable of outside of grunting and drinking. Call me naive, but I don't get how someone can be so two-faced. When I started seeing her face in the papers lately, I couldn't believe it. Surely that ruthless woman they were talking about couldn't be the Kasumi I knew. Or so I thought. Guess it's like you said, a tiger can't change its stripes, right? Maybe so. At any rate, you should probably be more careful who you trust in the future. Sorry, I didn't mean to wrap you up in all this. Man, this girl is literally just an accident waiting to happen. I mean, I don't want to judge, but the face like that just says clumsy and... Oh no! Like she does one thing and like the domino effect, you know? It's like this thing and then the ball rolls off and breaks the vase and she's like, oh god, not the vase! And then the vase breaks and there's stuff in the vase and the stuff on the vase is all over the floor and then like electricity, just shit goes to hell real quick. But thank you for not making me sign. So what's your plan? Sigh. I'm not sure if I really have one. Maybe I can appeal to her kinder self. If she really is a cat lover, I'm sure she wouldn't want to see the little guys hurt, right? Oh no, I've really gone and got myself into trouble, haven't I? Maybe I should go instead. The contract was given to me, so I better deal with it myself. Yeah, I don't think you'd last in a place like that if I'm, like, completely honest. Although she doesn't know what it's like. Plus, I get the impression that being confined by the cops hasn't put her in a great mood. I'm sure you don't agree, but I still think there's something good in her. Sometimes I can't help but wonder if she'd be doing all these things if she didn't grow up into that life. It's hard to say, you never know. I do believe people are somewhat a product of their environment, but I do also believe that you can have a choice on who you want to be. And all the kitties loved her when they played with her. Cats are such good judges of character. Yeah, we'll find out, because I'm not so sure. I somehow don't think her treatment of animals correlates too much with her treatment of people. Yeah, it's also true. Some people like animals more than people. Ugh, I'm suddenly starting to feel a little queasy thinking about going back there without the contract. Damn it, Ayami. You've really gotten yourself into one this time, haven't you? No point dwelling on it now. Toma! So cute. I've made up my mind, and I can't run Yakuza debt collections just because I'm in a tight spot. I mean, I agree. That's going to get us in more trouble overall. I mean, unless we end up at the bottom of a lake or something, in which case I guess we won't have to worry about it. Take care. Don't worry. My kitties are never wrong in judging someone's character. When one door closes, another one opens. Achievement, essentially. Yeah, sure. I'll think of something, but I need you to lay low and maybe close up shop for a while until I sort something out. Yikes. That's all I'm gonna say about that one. Is there anything at the end of the street that I can look at? I kind of wish we could go into this building with the, like, squid girl with the blue hair. Alright, looks like we're on our way back to that part of town.
From the secret shadows of dawn, there's a darkness to disguise. The simple thought I recognize